let's just get right into this. Let's start tearing this thing down. So first of all, of course, this fan is not really attached in here very well. So I'm going to pull that out. There's just this little connector here that I should be able to, yep, there we go. All right, there's piece number one, Arri Alexa fan. I actually heard to get these replaced from I've actually heard to get just this fan replaced by Arri is like $200 or something, which is insane because you can probably get, you know, I mean, this looks like an 80mm PC fan, literally. So you could probably get one and just attach this connector for like $10. But yeah, I heard this is supposedly like $200 just to get this little fan replaced. That's honestly ridiculous. But first part is out, the fan is out. Let's go ahead and get this side panel off. If you have seen the first part of this series, you know I've done this a bunch of times already. But let's get this side panel off so we can look at some of the circuit boards in there, and then we'll move on from there. I'm actually going to bring some of my tools over here. I'm not sure what exactly we'll need for this, but here's some stuff right over here. Okay, so let's get this side panel off. Screws are already somewhat loose. Okay, those two screws are out. I've been working on this one pretty actively, so I only had 2 screws instead of all 4 of them. If we pull this out, okay, the ribbon connector's already disconnected, so there is an Arri Alexa Classic side panel. Of course, you have the circuit board in the back, and you know all the buttons go in there, and the little scroll wheel. None of those are actually on here. There's not even buttons on this, but there is a screen, and in pretty good condition as well. So this is definitely something that, you know, I could use as a spare part because it's in pretty good condition besides missing all the buttons and stuff. But there is piece number, well, I guess piece number 2 because we have the fan. So piece number 2, the Arri Alexa side panel with the screen. So that's under there. And then we have this. This is pretty overwhelming already, but we have this circuit board here, this one right here with all the SDI connectors, and then just endless amount of stuff below that. So next up we can actually pull this board out. So next up we can actually pull this board out right here and see what's underneath that. So this one is also only held in by 2 screws. I've taken this board out already to disconnect the power cable from this. So can get that out. Okay. I'm going to organize these screws in the order that I took them out, so hopefully I can just reverse everything to get it all back together. But the main thing I'm worried about is not being able to get this back together at all. Just forgetting everything, or, you know, forgetting where one little screw goes. That's, I don't know. Either way, that's my biggest fear of this. Luckily this isn't the most functional camera out of the ones I bought that I'm trying to fix up. So mainly I just need to harvest these ports and maybe a few other parts out of this one. But either way, subscribe and like this video. Either way, subscribe, like the video. Let's get this circuit board out. So there is like this connector underneath here. I'm gonna stand up and do this. I'll show you when I get it out, but it's really scary. Gotta kind of wiggle. There we go. Okay. So there's those connectors right there. They go straight down. So you kind of push it straight down to click it in and pull it straight up to unattach it. And of course there's the little button cell battery right there. It's probably another pretty common thing, you know, to get replaced in these cameras. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and say this right now, because I'm sure there's probably some people already yelling at me through the screen. I am not an expert at electronics, or repair, cameras, anything like that. I'm not an expert at anything. I'm just doing this to learn, so I'm sure I have already and will make a bunch of mistakes that I probably shouldn't do while going through this. I understand that. I'm just doing this to learn. So, I mean, any criticism or constructive criticism would be really helpful in the comments, but I'm not an expert at this. I just really want to do all this to learn as much as I can. So, I just want to get that out of the way. Do not copy anything I do in this video. I'm probably doing literally everything wrong when it comes to working with these, so just keep that in mind. But let's move on to the next part. I'm actually going to get this board out right here with the SDI ports next. So I have to unscrew all these ports kind of because they like hold it in. And then looks like a couple screws in there as well. Then this board should come out. Then of course get rid of, and of course take that ribbon cable off as well. So let's see, first I'm going to try to unthread these. There we go. Okay, there's one out, little washer. There we go. The next one. There we go, there's number 2 and 2 more. Now if you're watching this part, I might upload this full uncut video to my second channel. So probably if you're hearing this right now, that's what you're watching. So I apologize if I like repeat stuff, you know, stuff like that. I'm gonna be editing the other version of this. So I apologize if it's like kind of annoying me like repeating stuff. But that's only if I actually upload this as an uncut version. So if you're seeing this, then I apologize. Alright, so all 4 of those are out. Now we gotta get this out. This is actually not attached to this other board. This is just its own little unit, it looks like. So I should be able to get that out separately. Oh, okay. So I actually can't pull that out until this bigger board is out, which makes sense because it kind of it lays like inside of that board, like a little cutout in the board kind of. Huh. Yeah. Okay, so looks like a few little not Allen bolts, they're star bits. Yep, there we go. So 2 of those. Okay. 1 and 2. Okay, and then we got this ribbon cable. I believe, yeah, it looks like that just pulls straight out of that. So I probably should have actually done that before I pulled those bolts out so that it was secured. Shoot. Yeah, I definitely should have. There, oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay. That ribbon cable is off. So let me try to just lightly tug this board out. There we go. So that is the SDI output board. Yeah. Look at that. Not bad, not bad. Okay, let's get that right here. Yeah, we're making progress. We're definitely making progress. So now we should be able to get this out. It's kind of like stuck in there. I'm not sure what's keeping, there we go. Now that those are out, I'm actually going to just put all these rings back on these ports. There we go. All right, perfect. So get that back there. There, right there. All right, next up, there is this Ethernet port right here. I don't know if I want to remove that. Yeah, well, I'll just remove this whole panel actually at once, and the Ethernet port will just come with it. So, looks like this panel's just kind of this thin little outer part right here. There's a bunch of screws there, a couple in there, one in there, and then this should pull out. It's just kind of this like 1 inch, you know, thick panel right here, and then we can move on from there. So let's get that out. More of these star bits. Oh, that's too big. Okay, there's this one. There we go. They're kind of tight. I do not want to strip any of these bolts. Oof, yeah, okay, that's good, that's good. Yeah, I do not want to strip any of these at all. That would not be good. Just a little bit of pressure gets them out. Perfect, all right. Come on. Really? This one doesn't want to come out. Okay. I'll just have to stay in there until I pull the panel off. Okay. Let's move on to this one. That one right there. I just want to say again, do not try this at home. This 1,000%, I'm sure, will void your warranty if you have any warranty on this, or if you have one of these cameras. And it's very dangerous, very scary. Honestly, these cameras are just too expensive to be doing this with, unless you're really confident and really, you know, intelligent with this sort of stuff. But I would not recommend trying this at all. I'd recommend just sending these to Arri or, you know, a certified repair center. Just want to say that again. Don't try this at home, please. Okay. The same It's a different length, okay. That's out, ooh. Feels. Okay, there seems like there's a little like seal in there, like a silicone seal, which makes sense because I believe these are water resistant. However, of course, none of mine are anymore after what I'm doing to them. So definitely avoiding that part of this. Definitely not, you know, weather sealed. However, it's all right. It's worth it for me. Come on. Yeah, so it wants to come up. It's like right here. Right here it doesn't want to. But it should come out, unless it's attached over here somewhere. Ooh, it could be like, no, I don't know. Oh, there is a little, looks like threads right there, like going this direction. Makes me wonder if there's a screw going in there. But I would have thought I would have had to get this out first before I got this front section of the camera off. But maybe not. Huh. This is actually missing a bunch of bolts on the front. Wow. Oh yeah, that's that thread. So this is already missing a bunch of bolts on the front here. So someone has been in here already. But it looks like that's one right there. Huh. Now this is making me wonder, will this already be able to come off? Let's do it on this end. I'll pull this out real quick. Ooh, okay. Come on, get in there. Okay, it does not want to. But let's. Ooh, those are some thin little. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a little connector there. Huh. Ooh, that's not a good idea. Just doesn't want to. There we go. Okay. There's that board. Okay, so that goes like that. For those little side buttons. Number 3153. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little lost here. So somehow it looks like this front block here, you can see it's like there's a seam right there. This front block needs to come out, I believe, before I can get this side panel out. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. There's that. Okay, those two hold the S-by-S module on. There's a little screw right there. Not sure what that does. But I'm going to try to take this out. Right here. See what that does. There's a bunch of stuff on the bottom, but I probably should save the bottom stuff until I can get some of this other stuff removed. Huh. Oh. Was that screw already there? That screw just kind of showed up, I think. Oh. Okay. Okay, now 2 more screws showed up, but I only pulled one out of that side. Okay. Well, yeah, so see, I don't want to just tug it, but I'm not sure if it really is attached or if it's just, you know, a little seal on there. Oh, hold up, see, it looks like it's kind of coming now. Maybe is it attached somewhere else down here? Ooh, okay. Might be this screw. Let's flip this back around here. Okay, yeah. When I kind of pull this up, I can see it moving this front part a little bit. So it is connected somewhere up here somehow. But I really don't know where or how it's connected. Looks like these are missing screws that are up here. Huh, okay. Well, I'm going to actually start from the bottom and see if maybe this bottom panel will come off somehow. Well, yeah. I'll take the S-by-S module off and stuff first, actually. And another screw. These might actually be coming from that side panel. But either way, let's get this off. The S-by-S module. This is definitely something I can salvage. There should be some sort of demand for an S-by-S module. If I do end up wanting to sell this to recoup what a little bit of what I spent on all these cameras at least. Oh, okay. Okay, a big thick ribbon cable on that. Okay, right there. So I should be able to just pull that straight out. There we go. All right, S-by-S card module is out. I'm gonna leave those 2 screws in there, but that's what it looks like. It's pretty neat. Tyco Electronics, that's the brand of the, whatever those would be, the actual little card slots. And then underneath that, some LEDs and a bunch more little bolts. So maybe we're getting somewhere, I don't know. Let's pull these out and see what happens. That's, ooh, of course those are different sizes. Honestly, at this point, I feel like probably not going to be able to put this fully back together. However, I kind of accepted that. I mean, this one is a good one just to learn with, maybe part out some of the stuff. You know, a lot of these like metal side panel parts, I'm sure I'll be able to part out to anybody that needs them. You know, recoup a little bit from what I spent on all these. And it's honestly just a really good learning experience. So I'm not super worried about it. Kind of. Okay. And it's just fun. I love taking stuff apart. I've been just tearing random DVD players, radios, VCRs, pretty much everything like that. I've just kind of been tearing stuff like that apart since I was like 10 years old maybe. So it's fun to do, but either way. Okay. All those are out. This is still pretty firm on here. There could be more under these little rubber stops. They kind of like, for the SBIS card door, they just kind of stop it so it doesn't hit the metal. So I'm going to try to pry this one up. I guess I might as well do both because there could be one under one of them or under both. But I know it's pretty common to hide little screws under things like this. However, I do feel really bad. Oh my, yeah, this does hurt to do, I'm not gonna lie. Oof, okay. Oh. Shoot. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay, so I can super glue that, I can super glue that back in. Guessing there's, I don't know. Worst case scenario, I'll check under the other one, but let's see what else we can do with this. Let's see, okay, that one's loose. That's out, that's out. There's some in the back here, so let's try these next. Get all these out. They could be, you know, into that side panel there. Okay, there's one. There's two. And there's the third. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Okay, so it's kind of coming out. Still feels like there's something. Yeah. I believe it's, I think it's up here again. There's no way. I don't get how these are attached to this front part of the camera here. Oh, that's moving. Hold up. I'm gonna try to pull it that way. No, I don't know. That's loose up there, but it's tight down here. Kind of, it's just like the other side. It's like one little corner is where it feels like it's attached. Yeah, and I don't want to damage anything. Okay. Well, I guess it's probably too late for that. I don't know. I can't. Is that actually a? I don't. Those might actually be little Allen bolts or something. It looks like there's nothing in there because they. I mean, if anything, it looks stripped out. Shoot. But those might actually be what we're looking for. Ooh, okay. That caught onto it. I think this is the wrong size, but I might have found our issue. It doesn't even, it looks like it's an empty, looks like it's an empty screw hole down in there. But I believe those are actually two little Allen or hex keys. Let's see, what's something similar? That's too big. I guess we could try this one. I already kind of tried that and nothing happened. I thought it was just... Shoot. No way, that's working. Yeah, I think that's our issue. Doesn't even look like there's anything down in there, but there's little hex screws or whatever they are. Luckily, this one's not tight. I don't even know if this is the right size. It's working because of how loose it is. So I don't have to worry about stripping it. Hopefully, this one's the same thing. Okay, I got those two screws out. These long screws right here. Yeah, I should even have the right Allen key, but it worked. I got them out. They were luckily pretty loose already. And as soon as I got them out, stuff started happening. So I had to quick hit record again. So, first of all, yep, there we go. This, oh, maybe not. Oh, I just need to finish that screw right there. Okay, first of all, oh, and didn't see that either. There we go. Okay. This is out. Get that out. So, that little panel right there with the Ethernet port, you know, everything else, that is out. Not bad. Let's put that right here for now. So, this is looking pretty bare. However, the next thing, can you see that? This whole thing, this whole sensor block is moving around. So, let's, guess, do the best we can to not drop this or let anything fall out. Flip this up here. Oh, no way. Look at that. Oh, there's like cooling pipes. Wow. That is crazy. That right there, that's the backside of the sensor. There's a whole active, like it looks like a PC cooling system for the sensor. That is crazy. You got little heat pipes right there. Oh my gosh. So let's set that down. I have the actual sensor covered up right here so that can't get damaged. And then look at that. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least five different circuit boards sandwiched together in the camera there. That is crazy. And this looks like this side panel is coming off too. So let's actually tip this on its side. I shouldn't damage anything like that. Let's see if, oh my gosh, there we go. That side panel. Oh, look at that. Oh, there it goes. I was trying to get one of them out. It's right there. All right, there's that side panel. Look at that. Cool, okay. I'm gonna put that right there. We're kind of running out of room on this mat here. I'm gonna try to get everything laid out, but also that, okay. Don't know what that is, but it was just laying in there. So I can definitely tell 100% that this was already taken apart I believe this one has, somebody already attempted a repair on it. All of these, every single one of these little connectors was unplugged. Like I didn't have to disconnect anything to pull this sensor block off. So I think that, I mean, that was obviously one big issue. This is actually the camera that I went through everything with on the first video of buying 5 broken Arri Alexas and trying to fix them. There's no output out of the SDI port or anything like that. I'm guessing there was a major sensor issue. Someone pulled this off, tried to fix it or something, and then just put it back and decided not to deal with it, put it together, and then sold it, you know, to whoever. So, yeah, there's like, yeah, these like exposed wires. I believe these, yeah, I would bet these are for the temperature sensor because they go right into that cooling block. Wow, this is amazing to look at. Oh, I forgot, this is the component that I needed to get out. However, the question is, how do I get that out? I'll have to look into that. We'll save this for next. First of all, let's keep looking into this. There's a bunch of screws there. I can pull that board out. Look at that, is the cooler. So the fan goes right up top here, and then that is, it looks just like a cooler on a PC. That's crazy. So, you know, the, I don't know what those are, the technical term for these, you know, heat dissipation fins, heat fins, and then all the heat pipes go through here. Let's see where they go in there. Yeah, they kind of just go through there up into these, which of course connects into the sensor block. It's crazy how similar this is to, you know, like a desktop. You know, like the sensor's pretty much the CPU. There's a cooling block on there, then it goes over it. It's crazy. But either way, okay. I'm gonna pull this board out now. There's a bunch of screws in there, but I'm gonna pull that out. See what's under there. I believe a lot of these heat pipes go behind these boards and attach to probably some sort of processor units on these. There it is. To cool those. So I want to see what that's like. Probably little thermal pads or, you know, maybe thermal paste on there. That's pretty crazy. Once again, please like and subscribe. This is a pretty scary risk here. Honestly, I fully understand. I fully expect to not be able to even put this at all back together. So hopefully, I mean, so far I've already, I mean, this looks crazy. You know, if I can even salvage some of these parts for who knows what in the future. But definitely like and subscribe because this is pretty crazy. I cannot wait to see what's underneath this though. There's a couple more. And I love seeing the Arri logo on all this stuff. It's crazy. Alright, 3 more. Okay, so those are all out. Let's see if we can pull this out or if it's somehow connected to that cooling block below it. Let's see. Oh, I see little thermal pads there. Yeah, right there and there. So this does not want to budge. I really don't want to break that. Man, that just looks, you can just see all down in there. That looks crazy. Okay, there's no more screws. So hypothetically it should pop out, but that does not. Oh, no, that doesn't want to budge. Shoot. Man, I might need to just leave that. Oh, I see the connectors. Oh, man. Is it? There's some connectors right here, right in there, and I wonder if that's like for some of these. I'm not sure what else these would connect. No, there's no way. Yeah, there's so many different connectors right here that I don't even know where they would connect to. There's that one right there, which is this, I believe. Yeah, it looks like it's that one. But there's 4 more big connectors that I see 2 connectors in there, but I don't even know how they'd get in there. That's for that bias module. Yeah, wow. So I might have to leave this board. It doesn't want to come out. There's thermal pads on there. I don't want to completely destroy anything. So I'm going to put those screws back and we'll continue and see what else we can do. Because this is insane so far. This is so awesome. Just seeing what's inside of this, how well everything's built and put together and designed. You know, it's just all just perfectly packed in here. I think the really crazy part, all of like pretty much everything, the entire camera unit is literally in the front half of the camera. Everything back here, there's, you know, some of the other boards go back there a little bit. But yeah, not a whole lot. The fan goes there, and then most of it is just for this cooler, this massive cooler in the back of the camera here. It's so crazy. These things must generate a ridiculous amount of heat. Which makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, processing power going behind this. They draw a ridiculous amount of power. You know, this is nothing compared to, you know, I can't reach one right now, but this is just nothing compared to like a mirrorless camera. You know, with those tiny little like 1100 milliamp hour batteries. This has 24 volt DC input. You know, accepts V-mount batteries, which are, you know, a minimum of like 100 watt hours, all the way up to, you know, a couple hundred watt hours. You can even get a shark fin V-mount plate for this, where you mount two V-mount batteries to this. So it draws a ridiculous amount of power. So it makes sense that it's going to generate a lot of heat. And not only that, they obviously want to make sure that this can run indefinitely. You know, when you're on a $100 million budget movie set with, you know, every minute that you're on set costs who knows how much money, with, you know, all the 100 different people working on set at once, their hourly rate, you know, just when you have that high end of a production, you don't want to have to worry about your camera overheating. You know, like mirrorless cameras will do sometimes, like the Canon R5 when you're recording, you know, 8K video, it'll overheat. You have to wait for like 20 minutes or whatever for it to cool off. That cannot happen on these crazy high budget movie sets. So that's probably the main thing, is just future proof, you know, just precautionary, add way more cooling than they needed, just to be sure, you know, just to make sure nothing happens on set where the camera overheats or, you know, has issues with heat. Okay, so those are back on. Oh, I don't know if I should flip it around. It's gonna set right on that connector. So let's flip it on its front. See what this panel is right here. Okay, there's a few little bolts right here. I'm gonna pull those out so I can pull this panel off and see the top of that cooler. Okay, 3 more, there's 4 of them right along here. I don't want to set this on, I would set it on this side, but I don't really want to set it on this side, so that's why kind of why I have it up like this. However, I could just set it on its bottom. You just won't really be able to see pulling these out, so I apologize. That's out. 2 more. Then hopefully this back panel will come off at least. I really want to tear this down as much as I can for you so you can see just, you know, how crazy this is. Hopefully I'm not the only one that absolutely loves this, but yeah. Ooh, I see stuff moving around. Okay, so it might come off now. There it goes. Let's put this back on its front here. There we go. That panel is out. Cool. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. A little piece of foam. Huh. I guess I can get rid of that. There we go. So that is the cooler. The top of the cooler. DAU, it looks like, is the brand maybe? That's crazy. That's a huge cooler. So I could try to get this panel off as well. I think I'm going to try that. I just can't set it on its side, so I'm going to do it like this. So again, I apologize that you probably won't be able to see taking these out, but it looks like there's 2. Yeah, just 2 bolts, possibly 2 more. I'm not sure if those actually go for this though. Ooh. Ooh, okay. That's out. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. There we go. That's out. Man, that is, yeah, it's a machined piece of aluminum, it looks like. You can kind of see the marks. I don't know if you can see that. From like the CNC process, like machining this out is crazy. Wow. So, that panel is out. Now, well, look at that. We can see that whole cooler. It's fully exposed now. See how huge that is. Wow. Okay. Guess I want to get this top panel off here. Ooh, those are small. I don't know if... Shit. I don't have a star bit that small. Sad. Yeah, I would have been able to see down in there more. Oh, so that's sad. Okay. Well, I guess we can do that. Man, I really don't know. I'm not sure what else I can really pull apart on this unit. Those are also the same size, so I can't get that panel off either. But I can try to get this out. I'm not sure what that's covering up or if this one screw that's on it will be enough to take it out, but we'll see. I don't think so, but let's try this one too. Could be a part of it. No, it doesn't want to move. Okay. We'll put that back. You know what? Yeah. I believe these two and these two, maybe all of... Yeah, I think all of these, there's 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 there. I believe those actually hold in those metal plates that go between the circuit boards. I believe they're like cooling plates, and they're kind of, you know, they're part of the frame of the camera as well. Those metal plates that hold in all the circuit boards. But even if I pull all those out, the cooler's still connected all the way through there. So I don't think it would be able to cleanly come out either way, unless I were to just absolutely remove everything. Huh. That's crazy, just looking at that cooler. It's amazing. Well, that might be as far as we can go with this unit. I want to keep looking at the sensor block, but that might be as far as we can go with this unit right here, sadly. Let's bring this in here. That is crazy. Yeah, there's that. It's right here, that's where those little cooling pipes go right into, and then it cools the sensor unit. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. I can try to hold this up here. There's a little bit of paint on all these. So this is the cooling block for the sensor, I believe. So in order to remove the sensor, yeah, it's all through there. So I believe in order to remove the sensor, you need to remove this. But that paint is solid along those little nuts, whatever they are, and the threads right there. So it looks like this has never been removed, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it means no, I believe, I can't confirm this, but I believe it means no one's like fully removed this sensor from this sensor block, which is pretty interesting, but we do need to get these out so I can put them in a different camera. However, the question is, how do I do that? They are loose. They're pretty loose, but I don't know if they can go back enough to come out. So it makes me wonder how these are missing on the 2 other Alexa Classics that I have. How did someone get these out? That is the question. I feel like there must be a way just to wiggle them out. I don't know. Those are soldered in there. Oh, they're like, they want to just wiggle out. They just can't quite get it far enough. But what the? How is it possible to get those out? That is, I have to move this connector, which means I have to move this whole black plastic block down in here. I have to move that because that can't go any farther. I don't know if you can even see this. That can't wiggle any farther out. So I might have to do some research, keep looking into that. But that is just crazy. Sensor's right there. Let me pull this out so you can see the sensor real quick. There's a sensor. Not bad condition. There's a little bit of like dust or something underneath the glass, like right on the sensor. It's kind of sad, but there it is. Wow. I guess another good thing, that little port right there, that's missing on another Alexa camera that I have that I'd like to get on there, but I really don't. I mean, that's also behind that whole block, so we'll see. I don't know. I think this is about as far as I can go. We saw a crazy amount of stuff, though. I mean, that's honestly amazing. Everything that we were able to pull out of that and just take a look at the cooler. Everything about this is just honestly just so well made. Everything's just perfectly machined aluminum. I mean, wow. I'm definitely not surprised that this it's a $66,000 camera was released. I mean, that's more than most cars. That's more than a Mercedes. That's more than probably a lower model, but still, $66,000. That's more than, you know, probably a C-Class Mercedes, you know, at the same time of this release. It's just crazy. It's so crazy. Actually kind of makes me wonder. This is literally totally unrelated, but this camera came out in 2010. Retailed at $66,000. I wonder if there's like a spec'd out Mercedes, we'll say, or BMW from 2010 that costed the exact same price, you know, however you can spec it out to make it $66,000, how much that car would be worth nowadays. So this was $66,000, 2010. Now in 2022, we'll say $6,000. You know, you can get some that are more beat up with more hours for, you know, closer to $5,000. But we'll say $6,000. I wonder what a $66,000 2010 Mercedes or BMW is now in 2022. I'm gonna have to look that up. But either way, wow, this is everything. I'm actually gonna get this organized up here and then I'll cut back to it real quick. There we go. This is mostly fully torn down Arri Alexa Classic. I really wish I could have gotten all this stuff out, but I think it would have been a complete mess. There would have been no way to get it back together. You know, I would have had to buy new thermal pads and everything. So I apologize I couldn't get all that out, but everything else around here fully torn down. I believe, don't quote this, and if it is documented somewhere, definitely send me a link to it or something because I'd love to check it out. I really think this might be the most in-depth or most torn. I believe this might be the first time an Arri Alexa has been documented and fully torn down like this. I have not seen anything like this. So hopefully, you know, if you wanted to do this with your Alexa or needed to see where a part was to replace it, hope you learned something, and I hope this helped you out because this is so insane. But yeah, this is all laid out right here. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So thank you so much for watching this. Like I said, I'm going to have part 2 of fixing these cameras coming out soon, so subscribe, stay tuned for that. If you haven't seen part 1 already, it is insane. So I'm going to link that down in the description. Definitely check that out. Buying 5 broken Arri Alexas and trying to fix them. And yeah, I mean, wow. I might release the fully uncut version. I don't even know how long this was. It was well over an hour, but I might release a full uncut version. I don't know how I do the different camera angles, but I might do that on my second channel. If that is out, then I'll link that down in the description as well. Or if it's not and you do want to see that, just let me know and I can probably put that together. But I'm probably going to do that, just a full uncut version on my second channel. So if there is anything you want to see exactly how it's done, you can watch that and, you know, always pause and go in reverse, whatever, and, you know, see how to do a certain thing. Again, I'm not an expert at any of this. This is all a learning process. I'm sure I did a lot of stuff wrong with this. So constructive criticism is really helpful, but if you're going to say I did something wrong, I already know that. You know, I'm just trying to learn. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This was an awesome, awesome experience. And yeah, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.